Welcome to our virtual tour of the Medical Marvels exhibit at Dundee Science Centre. My name is Laura and I was a science communicator here at the centre and I'm working as a doctor in Dundee. So these are all really cool tools and equipment that was in the Dundee Museum and used to be part of Nine Wells Hospital and the old Dundee Royal Infirmary. So these are all real pieces of equipment that they used to use on the wards and in theatres and things like that. As you can see, they all look quite scary, so it's lucky that some things have gotten a lot smaller now, but it's also quite interesting that some of the equipment is exactly the same. So I think which one is my favourite. I think these are quite cool. These are really new. And these are ways that you can do surgery from outside the body using keyhole surgery, and they can use these nifty little tools to do all the work for you, and the surgeon has to train quite long and hard to learn how to use these. So these are very cool. So this is a vein finder and this is really cool. So this uses infrared light to show up where our veins are in our hands or in other parts of the body. So the deoxygenated blood it absorbs all the infrared light, so it shows up really dark so you can see where all my veins are. So if we're struggling to find some of these veins, especially in children, they can use one of these and it makes it a lot easier when they need to take blood. So this exhibit shows us about the arteries and the blood supply in our body. Now in a healthy person, the blood flows really smoothly through our arteries, which carry blood to all our organs, and veins and things carry them back again, so it's nice and smooth. However, depending on diet and other factors, sometimes these arteries become a little bit more clogged up and a bit more solid, which means it's a lot harder to push the blood through the body through these clogged up arteries. And sometimes that means that the blood doesn't always get to the organ it's supposed to go to. And then they made these really cool things called a stent. Now a stent is inserted into the artery and it's blown up, so it holds it open and that allows the blood to move nice and smoothly again through that clogged up artery, which is really good. And now they've made an even better stent, so it's a new stent. Its blood doesn't flow straight up through the arteries, it actually spirals. So the newer stents allow it to flow even smoother and it allows it to spiral through like it would in the normal body. So the wards I work on at the moment deals with doctors that look after our tummies and our intestines and our liver. So they use these, and these are called endoscopes. So an endoscope is a scope, it's a little tube that they can put inside the body, and at one end it's got a camera and a light, and that's connected to a computer so that the doctor can have a look down either into your throat or they can have a look into your intestines as well. So these are very cool. And what they can do is they can have a look inside and they might find a polyp which might be causing you some discomfort or some symptoms, and the polyp is a little outgrowth, it's a bit like a mushroom. And if the doctor finds one of these polyps, let's have a look if we can find any. It means that they can also take it out at the same time as they're having a look. They can move it, which is really cool. So these scopes are great because it means that you can look inside the body without having to cut anybody open. So this is ultrasound. So you might have used ultrasound or heard of ultrasound for looking at babies inside the tummy. So ultrasound uses sound waves, and these are sound waves that we can't hear. And what they do is it's a bit like a microphone, so it's sending sound waves into the body, and different types of tissues will either reflect these sound waves back into the probe or absorb them. And that listens to the sound waves and creates a little picture like this. So some structures will show up white, this tends to be like bones and body tissues, whereas if there's fluid, it tends to be black, it's less dense. So we can see inside the body. And another thing we can use it for is to look at the flow of blood as well. So this is our hearts pumping away, and we can see blood moving towards us and away from us. So this is a really cool way of looking inside the body at our organs and it means the doctor can have a look inside again, and it's completely harmless. So these are really cool. So inside our operating theatre here, you have the chance to be a bit of a heart surgeon, and you can put in a device called a pacemaker. So a pacemaker is something that helps our body's heart to keep pumping in a rhythm. And these are really cool, so you can put in this implantation and choose your tools from the toolbox and decide what you think you might need. And you can become the surgeon. You slide the catheter in here, and it goes all the way up to the heart from one of the great arteries. So that's our device going right inside the heart now. We're going to test it, make sure that it works. Big room type thing. Then just put the dressing on over this tiny incision point here. Now heart surgeon.